Street Fighter 5, right? And I'm trying to figure out like why are they designing all these characters with all this ass though?
They've
And I'm
been
like,
doing that. Come on, man. You
but
got them.
I never realized. Like I'm looking at this like Rainbow Mika, and I'm like, that's not bad, you know. But I'm like, you know, grown men are out here like designing this and putting it into the game now. You know what I'm saying? Like
That's
a
part of their
double,
culture, though. That's what
you
they
know?
do, man. Look at their
Right,
cartoons.
right, right.
That's
That
how
ain't
they do
nothing
it.
new.
It's
That's
a
been there
cultural thing. Yeah.
for a long time.
It seems like it's extra. It's so much more extra than I'm used to with Street Fighter. I'm not complaining. It was just I was just flipping through my stories and I just happened to notice that. I
That's
said,
how they
anybody play the
roll, man.
beta though?
I ain't even touched that Street Fighter yet. I ain't got no business. I ain't got no business. Let me make sure we live. I think we live. We live.
Yeah, we are. It's
We
looking like it.
live. Oh shit! No pre-show. We want to try to hang out a little bit once Ricky gets here, because Ricky got a new schedule. First things first. Our proud brother Prophecy just had a birthday.
Yes.
So everybody in the chat can tell him happy birthday, belated birthday, whatever you want to say. Let him know, bruh. How was the birthday, Prophecy?
True. The birthday was cool. Because you know my anniversary was 2 days after that,
Oh,
so
that's wonderful.
I had more time, you know, more fun on the anniversary than I did the birthday, to be honest.
You did a drunk video too. I seen that shit.
Right.
Yeah,
He was,
bro.
he was
Like, I
in
get-
that card.
How
I was, you know, I
How drunk
was
was you, yo?
on a scale from 1 to 10,
Yeah.
4.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Cause I've been drunk. I mean, shit. When I got banned from Twitch, I was way drunk. I was 9 when I was banned from Twitch. So like,
Talking fast as hell
Yeah.
in this video.
you can always tell when I'm drunk because I'm overly excited. I'm singing 24/7. Like I'm
You
going,
wanted me. You had me wanting to play Gears. My boy still got my Xbox, and he got the Gears. I'm like, yo, man, you have to get that up in a minute, man, because I need that. I ain't get to play that Gears yet, man.
He said his was August 30th. Oh, true. Mine was too. Congrats, man. Virgo all day.
Nice.
Look at that. Shout out to everybody in the building. GMG Live, episode 84. Again, the podcast is available on SoundCloud after the show is over. The full podcast. I take liberties and I cut off a good half of the podcast on YouTube. That's just how it is. But today's returning guest, after his epic Black Ops 3 rant, he said this game is fucking finished. SilverJoystix is back here today. Say what's up, bro.
What's up, everybody, man? I want to say, man, thank you, Chase, man, for giving me an opportunity to come back on here. It's always an honor and a pleasure to sit down and have these discussions. And shout out to everyone who kind of came through and commented on that rant. That was a special moment for me because it gave me a chance
It
to
was.
kind of step outside of my daily character a little bit and say some things that I normally don't get a chance to express. So tonight I'm gonna try to keep it a little bit cleaner, try to keep it a little bit more professional, because there's some things that we're gonna talk about tonight that aren't as funny as Black Ops 3. So but I did want to give out a shout out to everybody.
All right, we got the homie. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I see you, Big Fry, Phenomenal, Deontay, Dre the True. We got Abel back in here today, of course.
Hello, guys. What's up? Let's talk games. Thank you guys for coming through. For real. Thank you.
Shooting back over to Prophecy. What avatar we rocking today? I can't even see. What did it say?
It says all this negativity in this world, and I still remain positive.
Wow.
That was good. That was good.
Hey, man.
Come on, man.
That was good. That was really good.
It's funny on so many different levels, though.
It's
Right,
double
right.
entendre, though. Like,
Right.
Yeah, it's the wrong time. Anyway, I got 2 things I want to say. I want to give a shout out to everybody that showed me love, and everybody that showed me love on GMG and everywhere else. In 2045, I will be announcing my run for presidency. Will be this nigga.
My nigga. I thought you were gonna go for it. I knew it was coming.
oh, you forgot to do the epic rant, though.
Yo, he did the 12-minute jump, fam.
I thought it was 45.
And you said what?
I thought it was 45 minutes.
I thought it was 12. I only
Shit
seen
was-
12.
That
I
shit
ain't
was
see it.
40.
I ain't see
That
the
shit was
full.
45.
Dude, that
Before we
shit-
even get into that, because you know they're gonna start name dropping in the comment section. So it's not even. So anybody ask about Ricky? Ricky's gonna be here a little bit later. He has a new job. He got a promotion, so he's gonna be on the show a little bit later. Probably maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes after we start. So yeah. Let's see what we got going on here. Today, we got any deals for him, Abel? You wanna start the show?
Yeah,
We're gonna
yeah.
save y'all some money. Go ahead, bro.
Yes, we still have the deals from last week going on. Again, on the Xbox One, guys, we got Dear God, Tomb Raider, Crisis, and there's another one that I'm actually can't come to my mind at the moment. Guys, just pick those up on the Xbox One for free. That's the for all the gold members out there. I forget what it's called, Gaming with Gold or Gold something. I forget what it's called. You can actually get a used Xbox. I don't know if you guys are into this, but you could get a used Xbox off of Cowboom.com for $190 with free shipping. So there is a coupon code Cowboom10 with the purchase of this bundle. I think it comes with the standard controller, no games, no nothing like that, but just the standard everything. And I'll be giving Chase the link so he can put it down in the description for you guys so you guys can check that out if you care to go the used route to save yourself some money. Also, in Best Buy, they're doing a extra 30% credit on all trade-ins. So if you're trading it in a game and you're not getting that deal via Stop, you could go to Best Buy and they actually would value it at a 30% increase to you. So that's definitely cool. Check that out. Also, GameFly is selling popular titles at great prices. Actually, at $9.99, we got Hardline for $9.99. Yeah, $9.99. Project Cars for $17.99. I'm sorry, actually for $12. Yeah, so there's various titles on GameFly that you guys could pick up and check out. Also, PlayStation 4 subscription, yearly subscription via eBay offers is going for $40. So if you want to re-up on the year, check it out via eBay. I think it should be probably Newegg. That's what I'm expecting. But it doesn't say here. But again, I'll link you guys so you guys could check it out for yourself. And also, they have the Halo 5 limited edition for the Xbox One with a $50 Dell gift card. So if you buy the video game from Dell, you get the $50 gift card along with Halo 5. So definitely check that out, guys, if you care about it. There's more deals here, but it's just too much to talk about. But, guys, definitely check it out. And, again, I'm going to send Chase the link so you guys can enjoy that.
The other one is Walmart has Xbox Ones for $350. They're giving you it's the bundle, it's the Xbox One bundle. You get a free controller and you essentially get 2 games to choose from. You get the Madden 16 or Gears of War, and then you can choose from Destiny, Evolve, Minecraft, Devil May Cry, or Sniper Elite as well, or Diablo 3.
Okay. All right, bet. So yeah, we'll get those links in the description, and let's move on to Metal Gear Solid. I'm assuming everybody has either played it or seen a lot of gameplay of other people playing it.
Nope.
No?
Nah.
Neither?
I'm not even gonna lie, I haven't played it at all. I've been
God
watching.
damn it.
I've been watching people stream it on Twitch. So I mean,
I've been gone. Like, I wasn't even trying
prepared
to no games while I was gone. Like
I've been
I
traveling on.
got it though. Like I actually today, I'm gonna be honest. At like I think it was 2:00 when I hit you up. I actually started playing a prologue, and then I started watching some like NBA like stories, and then just completely just didn't care about playing it anymore. So I just continued watching the stories.
Okay. Abel, you played it, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So
Definitely.
now I'm gonna say I only played. I maybe have an hour and 15 minutes. Now, if that was any other video game, I'm not saying it's a lot of playtime, but that's some playtime for you to know how to play, what the character's about. But when it's Metal Gear, you know they're gonna hit you with the 20-minute cutscene, 15.
Mhm.
So if you've been sitting down in front of a TV for an hour and 15 playing Metal Gear, you probably only been moving around with your character for about 6 minutes. It's
Right.
very cutscene heavy, which is part of the franchise. Great stories. It's just the little stuff I pay attention to, like the camera angles they use for the cutscenes and stuff like that. And there's a lot of detail and just little things that I love. And the sound on the game is fucking amazing, yo.
Hmm.
I swear to God, like I'm playing, I got my headset on, and when you're playing a stealth game, you can mark people, but you can actually rely on your headset to hear footsteps because you can hear people coming that you might have missed. So that saved me numerous times. Now, I bought the game on PS4 and I bought it on PC. A lot of the people was worried, as was I, if the PC version was even going to work. Because after Batman, I don't want that experience again. And now we have to start asking, does this shit work? But it works perfectly. I have not went below 60 frames. That shit is like 60, 61 the entire time you play. It is well optimized. It's not a huge file. I think it might be 22 gigs or 25. It's 20 on PS4. But as of right now, with the hour and 15 minutes I played, the game is great. Now, you know, points might come off later, but like, I'm really enjoying that shit. Like, it's the game that everybody loves. If you love Metal Gear, you will love this game. If you don't like Metal Gear or stealth games, I don't know what to tell you, bro. But like, I think that's gonna be game of the year, though. Batman is up out of here. I thought that was gonna be the shit. So I think right now, I think we're going to see a lot of votes for Metal Gear and The Witcher. We'll see what Fallout does. But I think it's going to be between those three. So anyway, Metal Gear is worth the 60. I don't know yet, but I'm willing to bet that's going to be worth the 60. So I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna swing it over to Abel. You hop in there.
Yeah, guys, definitely check out the video that I posted today. Actually, with my first impressions here, I'm going to be having the review hopefully next week, Wednesday or Saturday. A lot of playing to do. I'm about 11 hours in on the game. It's a beautiful game. Very, very well made. I'm very impressed. This is my first Metal Gear Solid experience, so it's a lot to take in. I'm getting bits and pieces of the story, which I am not currently understanding, but again, that's due to my absence of the series. So I'm just leave that in the back of my mind to be like, okay, don't beat yourself up too much. But the gameplay itself is exquisite. What you see within the game is very polished. The gameplay is very defined and very, very free. This game is full of exploration. This game is full of no limits. So this game is super, super dope to check out. As what I'm seeing, there are some things that I do not like about that, but I would definitely say that from my review to let you guys know as I go along what are the negative aspects of this title. But this game has the best intro to a video game I have ever seen in my life. Ever seen in my life. She just totally if you were at my stream when I streamed the prologue, the intro, my jaw was on the ground. I was just so humbled by watching what I was seeing in front of me, and it just got better from there. The pacing definitely would change on you. The pacing definitely has some low points than high points, but overall, I'm very impressed, super impressed. And as I go along more and more, I'm just smiling. There's so many gun variations, so much equipment, so much cosmetic customization. Just so much interaction amongst characters. There's so many tasks that you have to manage along with that game. So it's kind of overwhelming to somebody that's new, but as you play it, you get used to it. It's fun though. Check it out.
I just want to add two quick points. Metal Gear has always been a very linear game. You just follow the story. And
Yes.
at this point in gaming, I love open world. Sometimes I wish there was a little bit more semi-linear or linear games just right now, because I feel like there's a lot of open world. But this game is different. You can do a lot of different stuff. It's not just you following the story and that kind of stuff. And if you're on PC, you can download Ground Zero's file and get extra stuff on Metal Gear Phantom Pain. Because some people have done stuff on, like if you did some stuff on Ground Zeroes, let's say you finished missions, if you import that file and then load that data onto your Phantom Pain, you get extra stuff for your fort or fleet or whatever it's called. So I just wanted to throw that out there. But Prophecy and Joystix, I got anything y'all want to say about the game?
Yeah, I think with Metal Gear, it kind of warms my heart to hear everybody talk about it with such high regard, because I know that was one of the year's most anticipated games. I think right now it has a 95 rating on Metacritic. And for anyone who's unfamiliar with Metacritic, it actually ties in to the conversation you guys had. I think it was last week about whether review scores actually still matter. And I actually think they do because I think that the one thing that review scores really do is they help people gauge whether or not a game may be worth a purchase, especially if they're new to this series or they're kind of unfamiliar with video games in general. Metacritic really pulls together scores from a variety of publications, and I think it can just be helpful to have that additional measurement. So Metal Gear has definitely been up there. I don't think that was a surprise to anyone. Definitely one of the most popular games streamed on Twitch. I have not touched it. I have intentionally tried to watch as little of it as possible. My plan over the weekend is to really sit down with it and spend as much time as I can playing it. I'll probably get it on PC because I heard they really went all out for the PC version, so it might give me a chance to kind of crank my system all the way up. I might get it on PS4 if I'm having issues on
It
PC. I
looks
don't
good
really
on
know
both.
yet.
It
Really?
does.
Yeah,
It looks
yeah.
really good on both. Like,
You're winning both ways. You're actually winning both ways.
Well,
The attention to detail in the game is just phenomenal. It really is. The only gripe I can actually have to say, if anything, is the hair. What? Everything else is on point. On
Well,
point.
even to the point you made about the storyline. I've played all the Metal Gears since that first one back in Nintendo. The storyline has always been a pain in the ass to follow. So it's kind of talking about the business of war, and you get into a lot of intricacies that don't necessarily tie together. But I'm really going to try to sit down and absorb it. I did play some Metal Gear Revengeance over the weekend, which is a different story entirely. One thing I did hear about that I was curious. I don't know if you guys have had an opportunity to play the multiplayer, but I did hear that there was a little bit of controversy around some of the DLC practices with that in terms of kind of using real world money to buy
Yeah.
coins that'll actually allow you to level up your abilities and improve some of your bases within the game. I haven't really seen anyone
And
encounter this issue on
it's
stream. I'm
it's
wondering if you're familiar with
it's
it.
funny that you said that because shout out to my boy Big Fry. He actually just made a video talking about microtransactions. I didn't even know about this.
Okay.
So check that video, guys, out if you can because it definitely opened up my eyes because I just went straight to the story mode and I didn't look at the overall the economy system within the game. Like what does the gamer have to dole out far as money for the full experience? And there are microtransactions, and I'm just like, I didn't really want to see that or hear that, but his video let me know, and now I have to look into it for myself to see is this a exploitation of the game or is this fair and balanced? So I have to see it for myself. But definitely, yeah, there is microtransactions.
No, I'm
okay.
gonna definitely check that out because I'm wondering if is it a case where the game will give me a full $60 worth of enjoyment without it, and can I achieve these capabilities without having to indulge in microtransactions, or is it something that's forced? That's what I really want
I
to
don't
find
think it's
out.
forced. Um, we'll see. I gotta watch those videos too. I had two short articles relating Metal Gear. Number one, PC was supposed to get the game a month later, 2 months later. I don't know, but it wasn't supposed to come out Tuesday when PS4, Xbox One, and last gen got on PC. The PC version it wasn't delayed. It just was not supposed to come out Tuesday.
Wait,
This
wait, wait,
article,
wait, Chase. What are
yeah,
you talking about? I'm sorry, I got
Metal
lost right there.
Gear on PC was not supposed to come out. They pushed it forward to come out with the PS4,
Oh,
Xbox One, 360, and PS3.
oh, I did
Now,
not know that.
they pushed
Okay.
the game most of the time. They pushed the games back and they still fucked up. These dudes pushed the game forward and it came out perfectly. This article says that the Konami programmers gave up their summer vacation to get the game out for PC users.
Wow.
They all
Wow.
decided they got me fucked up. I'd have took summer vacations for these ungrateful fuckers, and I'm talking about everybody, because you know how we be going in. But I just wanted to throw that out there. It just shows the level of dedication from that. And there's this great video. I forgot what it's called, but Ricky linked it in the Skype earlier, and Yeah. Kojima's in the game. Remember all that shit? Like they had pulled him off and all. Like dude's in the game. His name is all over the game.
Oh
I didn't
yeah.
think
Oh
we could see
yeah.
that.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, Metal Gear. I think if you ain't got it and you got the money, you bullshitting is what you doing. Joysticks.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, boycott Konami though, for real. Like, buy this
After
game.
this, we gonna boycott the fuckers.
Oh yeah.
Boycott.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
We
After
gonna
this,
get this
no love.
worked out.
No
I mean,
love after.
they're out
No
here
love
treating
after.
their employees terribly, man, and that's something that even though it's a different culture, I mean, we can't stand for injustice anywhere. So I'm like, I'm not gonna support them, beside buying the game, because I mean, I know that from reading these articles, what these individuals had to go through to get that game out early is no picnic, and especially when you work to a certain point in your career to get to a certain level. And one day you're the senior vice president of product development, and the next day you're cleaning out the toilet. That's a problem. So I'm like, don't boycott Konami.
Literally, that's what literally happened.
Right.
Well, pirate that shit then if you feel. I mean, I don't advocate piracy like that. But I'm saying if you say fuck a company, you should be playing the game. They want to act like assholes to Kojima. Hey, whatever.
But I would say this. Just
I
if
paid
you,
for it.
Yeah. This title on his way out for real. You stupid. This title on its way out. Definitely support.
Yeah.
'Cause This title, but thereafter, guys, that's up to you. I'm not with it though. I'll tell you that I'm not with it. So.
Moving on to the.
Sounds about
Oh, go ahead, Prophecy. You want to say that?
Props to himself though.
Oh no, I don't have nothing to say really about Movie Gear Solid. Other than the fact that I've just heard it's a big ass movie. With a few playing around.
That's how Metal Gear is. There's a lot of gameplay, but it's really there's a lot of cutscene. Like
I do know that I heard people were saying that it reminds them of Far Cry 4. Because I haven't really been watching anything. And that about the game. Like I said, I have it downloaded, but they were saying like I guess you like attack bases or some shit. You gotta take over bases and stuff like that. And they were saying that it's very Far Cry 4ish with that type of stuff in it, because that's what you can do in Far Cry 4 and stuff like that.
That ain't no good. Far Cry 4 wasn't bad. It was Far Cry 3 with elephants, but
right. That's what I heard. Yeah, that's what I heard.
Literally, like if somebody didn't play video games and they walked in and seen you playing Far Cry 3, left and then came back, they wouldn't know you was playing Far Cry 4 if you changed games. That's how much you did. Seriously.
Wow.
See, and I was like that with Far Cry 4. So like when I was in the party talking to people about how excited I was for the game, a lot of people were saying like it's Far Cry 3. I'm like, well, I didn't play Far Cry 3, so to me this is new. This is fire. Like
I mean, it was literally less changed than like Madden. Like that's not.
Don't do that. Don't say that.
Far Cry 3 to Far Cry 4 is less changed than Madden. Any two Maddens, man. I swear.
So let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Since you said that, since you were a Metal Gear Solid fan.
Yeah.
My bad, Movie Gear Solid.
Bruh.
What's the difference between this game and 4?
It was a lot. Well, I'm only an hour in. So
what about you, Abel? You didn't.
I can't tell you.
No, I didn't play the series, bro.
Yeah.
I can't even make a comparison.
Is it that much of a difference that it's like, because what Metal Gear Solid 4 came out 2008?
2007 or 8, yeah.
2007, 2008. So is it that much of a great leap from then till now? Or is it just updated graphics, more open world, and a few new tricks?
Maybe it's like GTA 4 to GTA 5. Maybe that's because there's a pretty big difference between those two. I mean, GTA 5 looked way better than any GTA game before.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe that's a fair way to put it, as far as the leaps or the difference.
Because I haven't really heard anyone. Well, I don't know too many people that even talk about 4 as it is, but from what I understand, it just seems like it's a more open world game. Obviously, the story is better, but like, what other than that, is it really much of a difference?
Well, after I finish, let me get another 4 hours of playtime, and I'll be able to tell exactly.
Yeah, and you know what? Yeah, it's gonna take some time, Chase. Like when you go in, and yeah, shout out for you doing a walkthrough because that the game's pretty damn pretty damn big. But I know you're going for the main story. I know, but still, the missions are pretty big in themselves. But yeah, as far as what I see, the tempo of the game definitely changes. You start out with this huge rush, and then it kind of like slows down. But yeah, it's fun so far.
Like I've been hearing nothing but good things, but I want to hear. See, my problem with that is and the biggest thing that I hate about people is there's so many biased people in this world, especially when it's a game that it's their favorite game. They can't tell you negatives about their favorite game. Gears of War is my favorite game on Xbox, but I could tell you plenty of things that's wrong with the game, even if it did get a 10
yes.
back in the day. So all I'm hearing is good things, and I'm like, I can't believe it. Like, I refuse to believe that it's just this amazing piece of craft that has no flaws in it.
But you know what? You know what, Prof? I actually do have negatives, but I'm saving it for the review. Like, I don't want, like, I really just want to, I don't want to pour my whole heart out on what I'm seeing.
I mean, I would trust your opinion more than most people anyway. Because me and you are new into this franchise, we're not already dick riding the previous ones.
Right,
so we have a better... We have a better, look at it side just being like, oh, it's Metal Gear, oh, is like my thing is, to me, when I end up playing this game, will this game make me want to go back and play the other ones? I missed them.
I think it will, especially 4. I mean, they're all good. 3, I'm not done with 5. I can't say it. 3 was my favorite. 4 was great. Plus the online, that shit had me. I didn't play online games until Metal Gear Online.
Okay. Wow. All right.
I mean, I think I played a couple of Madden PS2 games, but like Metal Gear Online, like that was the game. And then shortly after, I started getting the Call of Duty. But I think you will, man. Like you can appreciate the small things that they put into the games, and the gameplay is gonna be fun. And there's a lot. Now I think the reason that you got the Far Cry comparisons is because like the tagging people with the triangles and all that. There are some things.
Also the base taking and stuff like that too.
For the new people, like reflex mode, that is not Metal Gear. That's
what I'm worried about, yo.
I
don't want it to be a combination between. But I'm not even talking about just that. But being that I'm new to this game, am I gonna feel like I've played this game before in just different versions?
No. Absolutely.
Am I going to feel like this is Far Cry 4 like people are saying? Am I going to feel like this reminds me of Splinter Cell? Am I going to feel like all these other things? Or am I going to say, oh my God, this is completely different than all of those games?
I mean, it has the similarities, it has the elements, but I think you're going to know that it's a completely different game than Splinter Cell. I played Splinter Cell. Splinter Cell was fantastic. Like, we know that. Blacklist was amazing.
Yeah, Blacklist was off the chain.
Yeah, Blacklist was fun.
I didn't feel like that was Far Cry when I played that. I didn't feel like it was Metal Gear 4, and I don't feel like it's Metal Gear 5. Like,
I think people only compare Metal Gear and Splinter Cell just because they're like...
They're stealth games. They have to share the things. And they're futuristic, right? So...
I mean, I just feel like Prophecy asked probably the best question I've heard in a while because, I mean, if you really sit down and you think about it, a large part of the reason why Metal Gear is so popular is because of the legacy that it's built up over the years. I mean, it's one of the premier video game franchises of all time, and just the strength behind Kojima and what he's put into each product has spanned generations. Now, I mean, if you look at something like Far Cry 3 and Far Cry 4, the differences between those two are extremely light. I mean, they're basically the same game with, a little bit of expanded area and, a few different animals to kill. Metal Gear, it's a whole nother chapter, in the story of the Metal Gear universe. But at the same time, if you're not familiar with that universe already, what does it actually mean? And I think that's an excellent question.
Well, I don't want to get to the place where like we start like picking apart a good game and trying to look for all the reasons why. Like,
I don't want to pick apart no game. I just want to know if, like I said, if because it's my first, am I gonna be left craving for more? I mean, I know you're saying yes, but you're a fan of Metal Gear, so it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying?
Just like you're a Pokemon guy, right?
Right.
Like,
But them games is ass. Like, but I can recognize them games as being ass now. Like, that's different, right? I can recognize that it's the same game every year, just different regions. Like, I can recognize all the flaws in it.
Well, I will say,
But
mean, you see the ratings Metal Gear's been getting over the last two games, and I think the ratings are pretty much on par. I mean, the game is a master. The franchise is a masterpiece. It hasn't changed the direction. Well, I'm lying. They have changed the direction. I just don't know yet. But I know you wanted to say something.
No, I was about to say, I think if Chase is coming off and I think he would give us a fair opinion. Like, I don't think he'll be like clouded. Like, even though he does like the series, like we've been here long enough to know that like our guys will call it for what it is. So, yeah. But I definitely agree with Prof though. You gotta watch people that are huge fans of this.
Yeah,
because there's a lot of dick riders. Like Kid is a super dick rider of Metal Gear.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I ain't gonna sugarcoat shit. I'm gonna call that nigga out. That's all he talk about is Metal Gear. Like that's all he does is talk about Metal Gear his whole life. So everything he says is irrelevant to me because he's a diehard fan of it. So I gotta ask other niggas that actually play it that aren't as so hard into it as everybody else.
I mean, and there's things missing from the game that was in, like Snake Eater was just so great, dude. You had to like feed yourself, you had to heal your own wounds. There's no regenerating health, no reflex mode, and I think a lot of people want those elements. But for new people, I don't think it's gonna bother you. Like, I love God of War, 1, 2, 3, fantastic. Ascension was alright. But like, I wouldn't want that to be somebody's first God of War. They might like it, but it's like I know there's other games, and I didn't like what happened with that game. Metal Gear's not in that same place where I feel like, you know, this one of these games just don't belong. Like, Ascension just didn't need to be in there. I think 5 is important. Well, we thought it was gonna be over after 4, so I'll see from the story how much shit don't make sense too. So. Give me another week or two, and I'll be able to tell you exactly, you know, where that story's at. So, but nah, them some good questions, man. Them is the questions I like to hear. You know what I mean?
That's my point, because no one's asking those questions because everybody is so wrapped up in Metal Gear as a whole that they're not trying to find, you know, the flaws and or, you know, the things wrong. Because if this is another game, if it didn't have Metal Gear in its name, everybody would be talking so much shit about, you know, this type of game.
You think
if
so?
If it wasn't Metal Gear, I do, because they're not blinded by fanboyism. I'm not saying that it's not a good game. I'm just saying that you would be seeing a lot more. If this was a brand new IP, I think you would be seeing a lot more mixed reviews than you would be seeing 9.5s and 10s all the time. And like I said, I'm not saying that this game's not good because I haven't played it yet, and I will be playing it. But I just know for a fact that there's a lot of people talking about it so much because it's a dear franchise to them, especially if you've only been a Sony pony your whole life. This is one of the only games that you've had to ever look forward to and to play, and it's what, 7 years, 8 years in the making. So of course it's going to be, you know, it better be at least that.
Yeah, it's 28. It's over a span of 28 years. That's how long this game has been around. So it better be good. But no, I feel you. I just don't know if people will still ratting waves like that in 2015 with these games. I feel like a lot more people are looking to shit on the game, and I haven't really seen a lot of bad talk about Metal Gear. So, I mean, I really want to see like y'all two's opinions in another week.
I can't wait.
My opinion don't really matter. I mean, my opinion doesn't really matter that much because honestly, I like to see what new people think, and you know, to maybe reinforce my opinion, like. You know what I'm saying? Am I just really in love with the game, or is it actually as good as I'm saying it is? Because people that's just coming in might feel the same way. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to talk to people that are fans because of shit like that, where they just don't see it. But then you got the nitpickers that come out with a microscope, and then you find out they like shit, weak-ass games, though.
Yo, and that's true. A lot of gamers, they do the fine-tooth comb through the... I'm like, are you even having fun anymore? Like, chill the fuck.
No, they ain't.
Like, ew.
Fun factor's number one. They ain't having fun.
Oh, and then this guy, he's gonna tase him, and then the way he tased, like, oh shit, like I can't.
That's what they was doing last year.
It's too much, and when you become too analytical of a game, like you lose the whole focus. It's for your enjoyment. It's for you to embrace the story. But when you start nitpicking every little thing, I can't. And again, I definitely have negatives, but it's gonna come out in my review. And I still haven't even touched microtransactions. So, like I said, if I don't approve of it, we'll see. We'll see.
But I don't think, like again, I don't know how the game is, but I don't really think the microtransactions really affect the game itself.
I don't either.
I think it's more of a you can buy it and add more to it if you want. Kind of like them cell phone games, like how some of them be having. Like you don't necessarily need it at all. It's just to give you more benefit from what I've been hearing.
Is it? But see, here's the question: Have y'all played Dead Space 3 by chance?
Yeah.
That shit had microtransactions in there for weapon crafting. I did not like that because
was it a big effect on the game?
It wasn't that it was a big effect on the game. It's just like you gotta look at it like, are they purposely not rewarding us so that we spend more money, right? Like they do it on 2K, they do it on Madden, where I don't mind the microtrans. I mean, I don't like it, but I can deal with it. But they don't really give us what we probably should get for playing, so that we're kind of forced to spend money on packs or for weapon craft items or whatever. Like I don't know. I hope they ain't doing that on Metal Gear. I'll be fucking pissed. I don't like that shit, man. Like reward your players, man.
True.
Man.
Chase.
Yes.
So what's the next topic? Because I want to tell people about this Layers of Fear, bro.
About what?
Layers of Fear.
Wait, that's what. Well, go ahead and do that.
Okay.
Then,
Okay. All right, guys. So all right. Shout out to Team Green. When I was streaming, these guys, like my community, was like, "Oh, Abel, check out this game, Layers of Fear." And I was like, what is this? And anybody that suggests a title to me, I go out my way to just at least glance at it to see if it interests me. Played Layers of Fear, guys. And I told Chase he better do a playthrough of this because he'll enjoy it. Layers of Fear, very creative. It's a horror game, but this game is like the PT Killer. PT Killer. Like this game is just so exquisite. Again, there are negatives. This game inspired me so much. I actually made a review because they actually had a complete package that was the game, but they said that they were going to go back and build upon this experience. So I actually did a review of it because it wowed me that much. So guys, on Steam via PC, check out Layers of Fear, guys. Play that game. Play it. You will enjoy it. Check it out. And it's I think it's $8 now, and $10 at regular price, $10. So guys, $10, not breaking the bank. Just check it out.
I'm gonna need you to chill with the PT Killer thing.
Bruh.
PT wasn't even a full game. Like it was a demo.
No, I know that, but I'm just saying, far as the PT Killer itself.
Is it scary? I'm assuming that's what you mean by PT Killer. That it's really scary.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's what. Yeah.
I just wish PT could have been a full game.
Man, don't we all, yo?
Because to me, that's always going to be the situation of what never happened. Because that game, like, it was bringing back scary, horror games, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can't recall. Yeah, I can't recall the last time I played a game that was horror, that was like actually had me on the edge.
I don't really like scary games, man.
It made the video on World Star. Like,
that Able World Star video was classic.
All right, man. I'm gonna need to see another video, Abel. This game on there because if it's the PT,
I already did the walkthrough of it on my walkthrough channel. I already did it. It was really good, guys. It was really freaking good. Check it out. And Prop, I definitely want to see what you have to say. There are frame drops in the game in certain areas, but you guys have to pay attention to the detail in the game. It's just, it's crazy, bro. Crazy. Great game.
Okay, let's move on to, this is going to be very interesting. And what we like to do is we kind of like to challenge people a little bit, right? People's hypocrisy. Everybody's hypocrites in some form or another. But I don't know if you haven't heard, Jimmy Kimmel has some choice words for people that watch people play games on YouTube, which means it will include all of us here on the panel, everybody watching the stream, everybody that watches Twitch. He basically said it's a waste of time. And the thing that I think really bothered people is he said if you watch other people play video games, he said something about your parents being failures at being parents. Now, I want to get everybody's opinion on that. Now, what I do want to say, because this might twist the way people think a little bit, is keep in mind, South Park did an episode, although they included PewDiePie, the message was still basically the same thing. I didn't see people get upset about that. But I do see people getting upset at Jimmy Kimmel. So the question is, why is that any different? Somebody's going to probably respond with, well, they make fun of everybody. So there's Jimmy Kimmel. We know South Park, that's what they do, and they do it better than probably anybody. But why didn't people get upset when they did their thing? I think it might have been that line about people's parents, but anyway, who want to jump in there first?
Yeah, I want the mic.
Go ahead, bro.
All right. And this is why I wanted to come on here, because I had an opportunity to go back and watch his follow-up videos to his original comments on YouTube, and I actually left a comment on my own. And I think the thing about this whole situation is it actually saddens me, because it's dealing with, you know, video game culture and how it has changed, you know, from the time when I was growing up to where it is now. And I know I've said I'm an old man a million times. For people who don't know, I'm actually 37. I just turned 37 at the end of July. So I've been playing games since 1985. So I've seen all this shit twice. And, you know, when I was coming up in the game, you know, a lot of people who were in my generation did not understand or respect video games as a culture. They did not respect the act of playing video games as something that might be something that a person might enjoy. You know, when I was coming up, there were no colleges that had video game classes. There was no YouTube. There was no Twitch. It was none of that. You know, a lot of people over the years have really fought to kind of pioneer to get video games out in the forefront. You know, like one of my favorite individuals I follow is Adam Sessler. You know, he did a lot through extended play and X-Play, him and Morgan Webb, you know, fighting to actually get more exposure to the topic. And I think, you know, because of their efforts and the efforts of others, the video game industry has actually grown into, you know, a multi-billion-dollar industry. It's not just an industry that is reserved for, you know, socially withdrawn young men who live in their parents' basements and play Pac-Man all day. You know, we are out of those days, and we are in the forefront. What Jimmy Kimmel did is that he took things back. He took it 20 years back, and he applied a lot of the old stereotypical thinking that has really kept a stranglehold on the video game industry from gaining prominence. And I think the big difference between what happened with South Park and what happened with Jimmy Kimmel is that if you go back and you watch Jimmy Kimmel's videos, his responses were delivered with a lot more malice, and they were more intentionally designed to respond to people who left negative comments and try to isolate those particular individuals. He took a joke and turned it into a personal attack situation, where he actually left a response at the end of one of his videos basically saying, you know, he would leave it up to people to help him figure out what video games were all about and let them show him why they're fun. And if he doesn't like them as being fun, he's essentially going to shut down YouTube and Twitch, and he has the power to do that. And I've never heard an individual of his caliber say a statement like that, because the thing people need to understand is that Jimmy Kimmel, he's 47 years old. He's a comedian. He actually has a very accomplished career. I used to follow him on The Man Show, and I've seen him do, you know, a variety of different television appearances and production since then. So he didn't get to where he is, you know, overnight, you know, by being a mistake or by being foolish. But the thing that he actually did was that he stepped outside of the professional realm and actually made a statement that is ultimately going to cost him in the long run, because even though he may not necessarily understand the impact of the video game industry, the company that he works for, they understand the value of advertising dollars that come from video game publishers, and they're going to get in his ass. because what he's done is he's put himself in a position where it may be harder to get that kind of advertising revenue. And when you're a person who's in the public image, you cannot afford to not be cognizant of your audience and where that money is coming from. If you compare him to other late night hosts like Conan O'Brien, Jay Leno, neither of them were actual gamers. But Conan was smart enough to understand that people in his audience did play games. He had producers from Mortal Kombat come on his show. He had individuals from the NFL come on and playing Madden. I think it might even be Jay Leno might have been one of the first people to show the world what the PS4 controller looked like with Killzone. And so this is not an industry that will be ignored. I love that the sense of outrage that people have displayed on YouTube. You're letting Jimmy know that this shit will not be tolerated. I think you're going to see a grown man. He's going to have to come to grips with what he said in the coming weeks. And I just want people to understand, like, if you have a hobby that you love and that you respect, you need to support that. We can talk about people's ability to stream all day, and I may get into that a little bit later in the podcast because I do have some opinions about that. But I think that what Jimmy did is an attack on the industry, and it needs to be dealt with.
Damn, son. Bruh.
My boy, damn.
That was excellent. Go ahead, Prophecy. You want to take the mic, bro? Abel.
All right, I'll take it. So I seen the first little rant that he did. I think I watched a edited version of it where I think it stemmed from 7 minutes long, something around there. Yeah, he was going on to do his thing, and he was saying all this just crazy shit that, again, like Joystick was saying, stereotypical stuff. And I was just like, really? Did he really do that? He's reaching. First of all, he did that for a reaction. That's number one. He did that for a reaction. He came out to insult the gamers because he knew that we're the feminist movement protesters. We go off about anything. So for him to put himself on he's on that pedestal, and to call out the community, he already knew he was going to get backlash. He just did it for the views. And then from there, to see that he made a second video talking down to the community and really saying that he could actually end Twitch and YouTube gaming, bruh, now you're reaching. Now I'm going to have to go back and check this shit out and see what's what. Because to me, that's crazy. You can't disrespect, not my hobby, not what we love to do, not what you guys love to do. This is what we do, and we understand the age of this. This isn't no longer about grown men being, again, antisocial. Now it's about gamers coming together to share like-minded thoughts about games that they love. And for him to shit on that, that's just disrespectful. So, I don't know what to say. I don't watch the guy. I really don't know much about him, but he put his foot in his mouth on this one. So I don't know. Might have to make a video response to that to check out the second.
I think he's biased, to be honest. I mean,
well, yeah, go ahead.
It's obvious that he's biased, but I feel that how can you get mad at people for entertaining via YouTube and Twitch, and that's what you get paid for? Is entertainment. That's like saying, why should I watch him over watching the news? Because he's better, funnier than obviously the news. And with the South Park situation, I mean, they did it in such a nonchalant way. I mean, this is South Park. It's just South Park, bro. I know that you said people were just gonna say that, but that's just what it is. South Park can make fun of the worst thing possible, and still find a way to make it funny. They was making fun of us as a gaming company or a video game multiple times. They were making fun of the whole PS4, Xbox One versus PC multiple times on South Park, and in a very messed up way. But nobody ever said anything about it because South Park. I think he's just mad, bro. To be honest with you, I think there's some little hateration in that, man. I honestly think that he's just mad because niggas is on YouTube is getting more views and making more money than he is on his show. And I think he just has to go ahead and just suck it up and accept the fact that gamers are here. Gamers play games. They're gonna be doing. I mean, I'm pretty sure he had a bunch of gamers in his audience
Right.
when he was saying
True.
these things.
True.
Like what he was saying about Conan. Like I've seen Conan. I mean, Conan was playing Tomb Raider. He debuted Tomb Raider, the first Tomb Raider, on last year on his thing on his show. Like so, Conan, he's not necessarily a gamer, but I mean, he still be out here playing these games when it's a good topic or it's a hot game to push it out there. So Silver's White, like unless he apologizes or I don't know what he's gonna have to do, but he's definitely not gonna be getting these endorsements from these game companies, which is out here making billions. As well as not only that, I don't know if he even talked about like them considering gaming the Olympics and stuff like that. So I know if he didn't know about that stuff, he gonna know and he learns about it, he's gonna be even more mad at that fact.
Yeah. I had a couple points to bring up. Everybody, by the way, has some great points so far. Okay, one of his points is people sitting at home playing video games is a waste of time. All right, so let's take the controller out. Then you have people sitting there staring at a screen. What do you think people do when they're watching your show? If you didn't have people that sat at home for certain times of the day to entertain themselves, then nobody would be able to watch your show. So I don't understand with the platform he has how he can talk about how other people spend their time because they have the controller in the hand. That's why I don't get people. A lot of people talk shit about video games when they watch the news all day or they watch reality TV. It's like you're looking at a screen, we're looking at a screen. Only I have a controller in my hand and I'm controlling what I'm watching and you're not. There's no difference. The only people that should be talking shit about TV are people that talk about entertainment, period. The people that don't watch TV, people that don't play video games, then y'all can talk shit. But these other motherfuckers, that whole logic is just completely flawed because there's so much stuff that Americans do, or just worldwide, that like could be considered a waste of time. But that's what a hobby is. A hobby is something you do to pass the time. If you sit in a video game, you sit in a room playing video games, who are you hurting? Nobody. We can all be out. I mean, because that's what I'd have probably did if I didn't play video games, and I'd have spent my time doing shit I had no business. But that gave me a place that I could go to, I could feel comfortable, and feel like I had other things to do. You know what I'm saying? You going through something, video games will help you pass the time by. So I don't understand that logic, man. Sitting on the couch is sitting on the couch. Don't matter what you're doing on that bitch. Whether you watch Netflix or playing video games, it's all the same shit. Bottom line. The other thing is, on the other side is people shouldn't be offended. People, honestly, people that play video games have the weakest. They're so easy to get to. Like I don't understand. It was a fucking joke. Okay, maybe he was salty, but maybe we're more salty because we're talking about him on the podcast and all these other people. We should see his comment section. Obviously, they tell him he's gonna rape him, help you catch AIDS, and all that. All that because he made a couple jokes about video games. If his opinion isn't correct, why does it bother you like that? The bottom line is comedians, whether right or wrong, always were given the one thing. And they were allowed to basically talk about stuff that the rest of society ain't allowed to talk about. Richard Pryor was allowed to get away with talking about all types of shit because you're a comedian. We got to the point where now comedians have to apologize for stuff that they say. Now, unless it's something completely fucked up, I don't think comedians, that's not how being a comedian works. Right? And his jokes was weak. They weren't even fucking funny. It was weak as hell, man. Like I don't understand that. And I've seen Cat Williams have to apologize for jokes. I've seen a lot of stuff, man. Companies ever since the internet, motherfuckers is soft, yo. Real soft, man. Everybody has an opinion, and now there's so much censorship because everybody's speaking. In the 70s, 80s, early 90s, there was no apologizing for jokes, man. That's whack. But dude's a cornball because he thinks his platform is better for entertainment than ours. Bottom line.
I'm dying to put these pancakes on a griddle right now because I understand exactly what you did, and I like how you did that. All right, now his video, his first response video got 16,000 likes, got 82,000 dislikes. All right, that is monumental for someone of his caliber. And what that's telling me is that even though he's a comedian, at some point he has crossed a line. And just because someone has the ability to be in that space doesn't mean that they have the ability to blatantly to belittle people and belittle culture and expect there not to be consequences. You take Paula Dean, all right, out here, I don't know, she had somebody in her family, dress up in brown face recently, posting pictures, throwing the shit up all on the internet. People don't like that kind of stuff. She's out here saying nigger this, nigger that. That stuff is not
People compare
cute.
that to somebody saying you wasting your time because you playing video games, though.
And I think it's one of my favorite comedians is really Chris Rock, and the reason why he's one of my favorites is because he is a brilliant person at understanding what's relevant in the world and what's happening from political standpoint, and he has the ability to turn that into satire that gets people to think. What Jimmy Kimmel did was essentially piss on anyone who plays video games, and he tried to separate what he does for a living from people playing video games because it's generational. He thinks that his actions of being a comedian make him a better person, and in the responses that follow, you see that emotion being shown through what he's actually saying. And I think that's the problem. He's speaking from a place of not comedy. I'm trying to make you laugh, or I'm trying to make you think, but I'm trying to piss on you because you like a hobby that I don't think is worth liking. That's where I think the issue lies.
That it is. And let's be
Man,
honest.
watch Jimmy come out and just say, "Psych, I lied," and have a whole game room in his crib
He
showing
might.
him
He
with
does shit like
PS4s
that.
and everything like that. Like, for
He
real.
did that with that twerk video last year. Remember that? Had the internet going crazy about the girl twerking. Somebody opened up the door. She fell on and she got caught on fire. He let that go on for 2 weeks, and then on his show, he said, "Let's show everybody what happened after that." That girl was a stunt lady or whatever you call them that he set up. He set the whole. So he trolled the entire internet in the whole country by doing that. So he might be doing it again. I don't know if he is. But I will say, like, people that play video games had no respect on YouTube. It's just now happening with YouTube gaming. Like, because before, the gaming never had its own category like that. Like, the gaming was really, like, sectioned off in the gray area on YouTube. And then the whole point about, well, why would I watch somebody do something I could do myself? That's what fucking TV is most of the time. We watch basketball. We can all get up and go play basketball. We can all go play baseball. We can all go play hockey. We can all do that ourselves. Sometimes you like to sit back and watch. I mean, but I don't understand that. Now, if he's going at stereotypical gamers, that's fine. We do the same stuff. But what I see is another older male going in on the culture before him or after him because he don't understand how shit works. And I don't mean stuff like when we talk about people wearing skinny jeans, but I mean just going at him about stuff that, like, silly stuff that don't really matter, that you do, it doesn't affect anybody. You're just sitting. It's just something you like to do on your own. There's nothing wrong with that. You're not bothering anybody. You're not hurting anybody. You can live a normal life. There's more important shit to talk about, like crack and motherfuckers smoking, not smoking, but drinking alcohol and beating their wives. Let's talk about that shit, Jimmy. But anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there. Some dumb shit, man.
I definitely agree.
So anyway, Jimmy Kimmel, you get today's L for today, though. I was gonna say that till then, but I think he's gonna do the video
I mean,
game.
personally, what it's all said and done is his opinion. I mean, I can't tell him his opinion is wrong or how he feels about things is wrong, even if I believe it's the opposite. I mean, because we live in a place where if I feel a certain way about a game and Abel feels the exact opposite, you have to choose a side and say who is right and who is wrong, instead of both of us just having our own opinions and saying, okay, I agree to disagree. So people are, I think, going at him because of the fact that, he was shitting on gamers to an extent, but at the same time, it was still his opinion.
But I'm sure there was some. See, that's the thing. I'm sure there was some older dude when he was coming up trying to be a comedian that said that to him. Being a comic, that's a waste of time. You need to go to college and get a regular job, right? And he probably didn't appreciate that. Why would you do that yourself? You know what I'm saying?
From hindsight, right? Like, look at it from a different point of view. Because we're in it, it's hard to do it. But if you could try to look at it from a different point of view, in the sense where, how do you get your excitement out of watching other people play games when you could just play them yourself? So I get what he's saying to a certain extent. Like I understand what he means. I watch specific YouTubers, my friends and people that I watch because I like them as well as they actually make me laugh and it's entertaining. But there's people that have millions and millions of subs and gets millions of views that I watch and I'm like, bro, this is not entertaining to me at all. But there are those millions of people that find it entertaining. So I guess the point that he's trying to say is like, how can you have fun watching someone else play something that's not a professional? Like, does anybody in here watch professional, like, gaming? Like
Mortal Kombat tournaments. That's the only stuff I ever watched. That was
right.
exciting.
I watch those because I'm nowhere near that caliber. To me, that's like watching like a basketball or football game. Like these niggas are killing. These dudes just getting it in. But from the other side of it, do you watch people that aren't well known and people that don't have a lot of subs and that are just now starting off and that are just now doing YouTube videos and watch their videos and give them, thoughts and stuff like that? I think that's the point that he's making.
I don't watch much TV anymore. I watch sports and then YouTube, Twitch. I find myself. That's where like that replaces TV for me.
Yeah, I mean I don't watch TV anyway. I mean
most people don't. That's why they advertise on the internet now, Jimmy.
I mean,
so I kind of get what he's saying to a certain extent.
He's right though.
Everybody. I mean,
theoretically, it doesn't make sense.
That's what I'm saying. Like
everything
when you
ain't for everybody though.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You take PewDiePie. All right, I don't like the fact that PewDiePie makes millions of dollars off of name recognition. I don't like that shit at all. I ain't gonna sit out in front. But at the same time, I'm not gonna hate on the fact that he was able to accomplish that. Because of him, it's opened up the door for hundreds of other people to try to give streaming a chance. I watch everybody who is out here trying to get a piece of this dream. It's not just people who love video games. It's people who are trying to start their lives over and do something positive using video games as a vehicle. I'm not going to hate on that. And I feel like Jimmy, he's 10 years older than me. He understands what the fuck he's talking about when he's talking about it. It's like at some point you have to be able to sit down and say, you know what? I'm blessed enough to do this television show. Let me not be an ass tonight. Let me demonstrate that I understand something about the human condition, and I understand that people are out here and technology is changing and they're trying to take advantage of it. Jimmy didn't do that. So he's going to get this L and he's going to get this hate. And that's how I feel about it.
He's going to have to deal with that for quite some time. It's unfortunate, but video game